What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kenyon back at it again. I'm up here in Defiance getting loaded. So this load goes down to Texas, but I'm actually on my way home. Yeah. I'm so excited about that. And it's only Wednesday, and my week is over with. I go home I'll be home tonight, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, leave out Sunday. What? Easy breezy week. I told y'all. Easy breezy week for me. Easy breezy week. And I still made money. Anyway, like I told you in the preview, I got a funny, I don't know, you could kind of funny. You can probably share your opinion on it, whether you think I was right or wrong for this, but you know what? I did the right thing. I'm proud of myself. I was down in Jackson, Tennessee the other day, and I was on the phone talking to my wife, and I'm getting my exercise in, doing my perimeter, walk around the perimeter of the truck stop parking lot. So I got around to the perimeter. I passed this one truck, and y'all, it smelled like pot. I was like, oh my God, they're smoking pot right there. I'm like, I'm not sure. I had to do a double check. I had circled right back around to that same truck, and I'm like, yep, sure enough, it's pot. And I'm like, what are these guys doing smoking pot at a truck stop? Man, I love truck stop. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna walk around or do another lap, and I'm gonna cross over and do another lap and come back around just to make sure it's coming from this truck, y'all. So I circled back around a second time, and for sure, I freaking smell pot again coming off this truck. I was like, okay, you know what? That's the second time, twice is a charm. All right, so third time, I was like, let me really make sure it's coming from the truck, because I don't want to report nobody. It's not coming from the truck. Could be blowing in the wind or whatnot. So I did. I walked right. I did my perimeter lap around again. And third time around, I was like, yep, smell like pot. I'm like, holy crap. And the first time I walked past this truck, and they were rolling something. I thought they were freaking a Black and Mild. So I was like, actually, I like the smell of Black and Mild. I don't smoke them. I don't smoke at all. But I do like the smell of Black and Mild. So I thought the person was freaking a Black and Mild. And I was like, okay, let me do a fourth time around. I did a fourth time around, but this time I walked on the other side of the perimeter of the truck, y'all. And it wasn't coming from the driver's side. So I was like, okay, but the other person is definitely smoking pot. You can smell it. It's coming from that side. And so I walked back around again. And this time I actually took a picture of the company's name on the truck. And I got the truck number, and I didn't realize this, but when I got the picture, what this person did, they took the pot and they rolled it up and made it look like it was a cigarette. So it was a left-handed cigarette. So made it look like it was a cigarette. So I took a picture. When I took that picture, I actually have the person lit up smoking pot. I said, okay. I'm gonna look into this further in the morning. I said, I'm gonna look into. I looked up the company. I Google searched the company, and turns out it's a small company located down in Alabama. So I reported them that next morning when I was down in Keller getting delivering that load down there. But I reported them the next morning. So yeah. Those drivers are definitely getting drug tested. Do I feel bad if they lost their job? No, I don't feel bad for they lost their job, because they didn't lose their job because I reported on them. They lost their jobs because they decided to smoke pot on a truck. And if they can't stay away from pot and leave it at home for the weekend, when they get home or whenever they do get home, and they can't stay away from it, how am I supposed to be able to tell that they're not going to be driving down the road high, driving a semi truck, and then the next thing you know, I hear on the news there's this tragic truck accident involving that same truck and and I could have prevented if I would have just reported. So I did the right thing. It was what we like to call the 3 R's: the right thing at the right time at the right place. So, uh, yeah, that was the first time I've come across that. I mean, geez, oh, peace, guys. You can't leave it at home for the weekend. Do not bring it out here on the road. You probably shouldn't have your CDLs if you ain't ready to quit smoking pot and drinking beer. Don't be out here risking the lives of innocent people, bystanders on the road. That could be your family member driving down the road and you hit them and kill them. Now you got to live with that on your conscience. Think about that, guys. Think about that. So, guys, I just want you. I want people to do the right thing. You see it reported to their company. In this video, I'm going to explain how Keller does their orientation and my experience as a company driver. When I did the orientation, lasted 3 days. The first day is pretty much get all your computer stuff done, get your physical done, drug tests, and they do a hair follicle test and they do a urine test, and they both got to come back clean. And so if you done drugs, they can actually go back a whole year with the hair follicle test. So if you done drugs and you trying to get clean, guys, I highly recommend you take a year off and get sober, because you ain't gonna pass that drug test. The urine, I had to take my drug test twice because I came up there in the spring, summer, and I was shaved. I was bald head. I didn't have a beard. I didn't have no hair on my arms and chest and legs. I was bald. So, yeah, guys, give me a second. I'm about to pause and do this video another time. What's up, YouTube? I'm at home right now. I've been on like a mini vacation. I've been home since Wednesday. Not usually, it's not normal for me to be home on Wednesday, but at that point, there was no loads on the load board that I felt comfortable with. I could have went to Pennsylvania and came back and picked up a load off the load board going home for my 34-hour reset, but it made it really tight for me to get home on Friday. So I just cut my losses and booked me a load going down to Texas for Monday and went home. So I've been home since Wednesday, been on a little mini vacation, enjoying my time with my wife, my dogs. I can show you one of them right now. See, she is waiting for her mama to come home, and my second dog is she is under the bed here. This is her natural habitat right here. She goes under the bed when she wants some alone time. So yeah, she's a goofy dog. She's you know how crackheads are addicted to crack. She is addicted to bones. She is I'm gonna say a bonehead, because she is a fiend for some bones. So those are my two, I like to say, my two daughters there. They're goofy, but they're waiting for the mama to come back home. That's what they do. You can tell they're mama's dogs. I'm here, but it's like I don't exist. I'm cleaning the apartment. So let's get back to the video. The point of this video, I was shooting this video to talk about the Keller's orientation. But I'm an owner op. So I'm gonna give you my breakdown for this week. My fuel bill was $1,105.75. That's a little higher than I want it to be, but it's still below the average. So I'm happy. I'm satisfied. I'm not happy with it. And next week is going to be even worse. But my take home, after I pay my wife her $250 and taxes coming out, My take home was about 1,100, but I made about 1,600 and $12.25. Paid my wife her $250. Took out taxes of $246, and yeah, so it wasn't a stellar week. I can live with it. I was like, uh, next week is gonna be worse because that's gonna be showing the week where I went home for X amount of days. But I'm fine with that. So orientation with Keller. The first day you're going to they have this exercise thing that they have you do. Um, you don't need to be stressed about it. You don't need they're not, it's not grading you. It's not going to disqualify you from them being interested in hiring you. They do a hair and follicle test, and they do a urine test, and both got to come back clean. And the hair follicle test come back for a year. So if you're doing drugs or you were having to be an addict, you might want to wait a year just to be sober and then apply. Um, let's see. The first day they're gonna have you do the exercise. They're gonna have you do computer assignments, and at least that's what they did with me. The computer assignments, then you'll get your physical done if you need to get a physical done. Um, and then the rest of the day is spent um, doing computer assignments, and those take long. And I think it's 3 day process. They take you out. They'll take you out to dinner, to lunch, and it's a really good place. They took me to. They took me. I think it's called Sweetwater, something like that. But it was amazing. Um, the second day is finishing up computer work, and then they'll go into detail about the company, the history of the company, what they expect, and start filling you out as a driver. Like, when you prefer to be home, are you kind of like a every other week, every weekend, or every 3 weeks, or something like that? How long do you stay out for? And what's the best way to get you home? What's the best option to get you home? So um, they're gonna go over their company policies and HR and stuff like that. You're gonna meet your dispatcher and everything, and then uh, the third day is pretty much, if you got any computer assignments to finish up, you go ahead and finish those up. The third day, it's about waiting on your drug test and to come back, and for them to finish up confirming your work history, and you pretty much are just waiting around for all that to come through. And then what you're doing is you're going to get assigned a truck. Don't I'm gonna throw this disclaimer out there right now. If you're thinking about coming over right now, they got more. They don't have enough trucks for all the new drivers coming in, so you might have to do some slip seating for a while. Don't let that discourage you, because they got more trucks coming in. Like I said in my previous video, the lease to purchase. If you're thinking about coming over doing lease to purchase, they got, from what I talked to Adam about there, he does have quite a few trucks open and up for lease to purchase, and I know the fuel prices have gone up, but you still make money at least to purchase. It's probably not going to be as much as you would think, but uh, at the end of the day, as long as you're able to take your taxes out, pay your bills, that's all that really matters. And so that's how the orientation goes. It's a very fast process. It's a great company to work for. When I was company side, I think I was making, what was I making? I think I was making 42 cents a mile. And I took a pay cut coming over to Thomas Keller from the previous company I worked for. The previous company I was working for, I was making 47 cents a mile. And this is what I'm gonna tell y'all. Um, so like disclaimer. We're about to digress here. We're digressing. My wife got an idea on the website to leave a worn shirt out on the bed to so Bootsy can lay on. It calms her anxiety down and it makes him less anxious. So we're just gonna get some footage of her laying on my wife's shirt. Something she does all the time. You put clean clothes on the couch, get ready to fold them up or something. She would go lay on them, and that's what she's doing. She's laying on it. She's less anxious. Actually, look who came out. Raven came out from her dungeon, and she's chillaxing on the bed. So anyway, I was getting paid. I took a pay cut. I was getting paid 47 cents a mile at the previous company I worked for, and I came here as company, and I got paid 42 cents a mile. And then, you know what the crazy thing about it is, I made more money consistently at Thomas E. Keller than I did at the small family owned truck company that everybody says you need to go to a small family owned truck company. Bruh. I'm gonna tell you right now, that is not the way to go. If you want to make more money, you just gotta keep don't settle. Don't settle. Keep trying to find that better company. You'll find a company that's great for you. I wish I would have found Thomas E. Keller when I first went to go get my CDL. I was still been with Thomas E. Keller from the time I got my CDL to the time up to now. It is just an amazing company, and it's a company that keeps growing and getting bigger, and quite comfortable with who they are and what they're about, and that's what's more important. Um, they know what their niche is. They know their niche. They know excuse me. They know who they are and what they're about, and they're quite comfortable with that. And it's a company that continues to grow. I enjoy working for them. It is an amazing company to work for. So yeah, if you're thinking about coming over as a company, or at least don't hesitate, my friend. Do not hesitate. Come on over. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna be like, this is the best company I've ever worked for. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. When I was company, uh, I averaged $1,200 a week. Of course, that's before taxes. But you know how hard that is to do in trucking, is to average $1,200 a week gross pay. That is very hard to do. And guess what? I didn't even have to get 3,000 miles to do it. There was weeks time I got like 1,900 miles. Still came home with a decent check. There's days there went and got only 2,200 miles. Still came home with a decent check. You guys, it's not about running miles. When it comes to making money in trucking, it's all about consistency. Consistency is your best friend. If your truck company is not giving you consistent miles, it don't matter what miles they're paying for. It doesn't matter what cents they're paying per mile. If they're not doing consistently, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You ain't making no money. You ain't making no money consistently. If 1 week you have a good week where you bring home 1,200, and the next week you have a bad week where you struggle to get 1,200 miles or 2,500 miles, then you're right back to where you were before. You're right back to where you were before. Because you got bills to pay. You may have kids at home. You know, you shouldn't have to decide, oh, I got only a $600 paycheck. I got bills that's due. And now I got to decide whether to pay those bills or put food on the table. You shouldn't be doing that as a truck driver. Come on, guys. You gotta, don't settle because, this company is a small family owned company. I'm not going to make more money going somewhere else. especially if they're paying lower cents per mile than what I'm making. You think that's the case, and it's not the case. It's not the case. You can make more money with lower cents per mile. It's all about consistency. Consistency. How dependable is that check? I'm gonna tell you, when I first came over to Thomas Keller, the most stressful thing part of it is I had to stress to my wife. I said, I know it's lower cents per mile, but this is the company. It looks good. And I had to get her comfortable with, hey, I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna run hard. And I'm gonna make money. That that's what I set on doing. I don't care where what I got to do to get those miles. I'm gonna get those miles. You know what? I got those miles, and it's not hard. They keep you rolling. They keep you moving. They keep you moving. They will utilize every bit of your clock, and you don't have to worry about sitting somewhere. You might have to sit wait to get loaded, but you don't have to worry about sitting for a day or two, waiting on your next load. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna know what your next load is before you even get to the place you're delivering to. Most of the time, you're going to know it. You're going to know where you're going before you even deliver your load that you're on. They already got you set up on your next load, and they're not going to set you up to go pick up a load to deliver, and there's no way you can deliver on time. They're only going to put a load on you that you can deliver on time. So if you don't use 8 hours of your clock, there's times where if you're close enough to a load, they will schedule you to go pick up another load, maybe an hour down the road. And yeah, you might have to do your 10-hour break at a shipper receiver, but it keeps you moving. And then it gets you set up for your next load. They know where you're going before you know where you're going. So I don't want y'all to be discouraged about coming over to Keller just because they don't got enough trucks. Please come on over. My dogs are cracking up. I don't know what they're cracking up at, but they're cracking up. Oh, they're cracking up at the people next door, down the way, talking to my wife. But, y'all, I'm going to end this video, finish cleaning the apartment. It was just a quick video about orientation and everything. Keep the sunny side up, the rubber side down. Remember, do your deuces to your fellow comrade. And y'all have a good day. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.